Hey guys, this is Anita. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my review of Thrice and Four-Scored by Andrew D Meredith. Those are book 1 and book 2 of Needle and Leaf Trilogy. Four-Scored is coming out on April 4th. Meredith sent me both ebook and audiobook. So I also read Thrice recently to catch up with this series. I already read Deathless Beast by Andrew D Meredith early this year and I loved it. That was book 1 in Collection Saga series. I loved Meredith's world building and characters, so I went into Thrice with high expectations and it did not disappoint. I like Meredith's style of world building. He doesn't do infodumps. He introduces his world to us slowly through characters, interactions, and through their journeys. That's what he did in Collection Saga, and he followed the same style in this trilogy. We follow a needle maker called Joven. He has raised issues. He is introduced as in the middle of a brawl. Because of his violent history, he was forced to flee his home along with his adopted son Leaf. They are chased by some mysterious characters, and Joven finds out that those people are after his son because of his powerful soul magic. Joven is an honest, straightforward person, so he decides to go and confront the person directly. Along the way, Joven meets some other characters who joins on their journey, and through their interactions, we learn the mythology of this world and different cultures. By the end of the first book, Thrice, we are introduced to magic system, and we also learn Leaf's background and why his magic is so powerful. And Joven realizes that Leaf isn't safe anymore, so that's where first book ends, and the second book, Four-Scored, starts around 1 year after the events of Thrice, and we see Joven and Leaf settle down in some faraway place. There is this organization called Four-Scored. They are looking for Vedmarks to recruit people who can perform magic, or called Vedmarks. They learn about Leaf and they're after Leaf now. So Joven and Leaf are again on the run, though they are chased again by people who wants to capture Leaf. It doesn't follow the same storyline. Meredith did a fantastic job in expanding the world and introducing us to new characters and new challenges. These books are short books, only around 300 pages, so we got only introduction to the world and magic in first book, Thrice. We got more details about that in book 2. We got to see the different powers of these Vedmarks. Every action sequence is different. I liked how Joven faced every challenge with the help of his friends. Joven is a very honest and skilled person, so wherever he goes, he finds work, and he always finds people who respect him and people who wants to help him and Leaf. That actually reminds me of these childhood stories I read in my first language as a kid. They're not about larger than life people. They are very common people like farmers. They come across some mythological person, they receive gifts, and they solve their problems because of that. These books remind me of that, because none of these are larger than life characters. Joven is very down to earth person. Actually, when it comes to honest characters, it is very easy. There is very small difference between being honest and being stupid sometimes, because when a person is honest, they don't expect what other person is capable of. Sometimes these characters tend to assume that other person is honest too, but Meredith did a fantastic job with him. In first book, when Joven went to confront the person directly, I did not mind that at all. Later, he does something stupid. He does get into problem because of that. I did not like that at the time, but later I understood why he had to do that. And in Four-Scored, actually, I liked Joven more. Every decision he has taken made sense. His priority was Leaf, and he never forgets that. And the best thing in this book is the bond between Joven and Leaf. Joven has rage issues, but we see that rage only when he is fighting with these evil characters. We never see that when he's talking to Leaf, when he's dealing with Leaf, though Leaf doesn't listen to him sometimes. And I loved Leaf. Meredith managed to put that child's innocence and wonder on paper really well. I listened to audiobook while reading the ebook. Meredith narrated his own audiobook. Every time Leaf talked, every time he called Joven like Papa Joe, my heart melted. He did an amazing job with Leaf's voice. In Force Code, he introduced us to a new character, Stefa. She quickly became one of my favorite characters. She knows what she wants, she has that clarity, and she has the courage to do what she wants. I really like that. Meredith is very good with his female characters. He doesn't fall into the trap of stereotypical tropes. I liked every dialogue by Stefa. It showed how much effort he put into executing his female characters. It's visible both in Deathless Beast and in this trilogy. I almost loved every character in this book. They have their own agency, even antagonists. I think I like the main antagonist in book one more. Though that person was introduced only at the end of Thrice, Meredith managed to give a lot of agency. We can clearly see the potential in that character. I was actually looking forward to see that character in Force Code, but Force Code has completely different antagonist. I'm not a big fan of this antagonist, but I like the overall depth we got of magic system. Stakes got way higher in book 2. I like the way Meredith connected plot with magic system and world. It's actually mind-blowing. Meredith has the style of introducing us to this world and mythology through stories. The story at the end of book 2, how we got to learn about two of the gods, that was my favorite story. Actually, I don't believe how Meredith managed to include so much detail in Force Code, because we got the details of magic system and world. At the same time, we also got to learn some of Joven's past. We finally understand the reason behind Joven's rage. That was actually very intriguing. I cannot wait to read that in book 3. Epilogue is such a banger. Immediately after reading that, I messaged Meredith, I need that book 3 now. If you are looking for a palette cleanser between epic fantasies, try to pick this up. You won't regret it. Actually, I need to mention Meredith's writing here. There is something about his writing. Everything feels like comfort read. It feels like a slice of life story. This trilogy actually have violence throughout the story. There are some deaths we witness, but I don't know why. Maybe because of Joven and Leaves bond, or Meredith's focus on grounded elements of these characters. They feel like wholesome books. So if you're looking for a break between grimdark or epic fantasy, pick Thrice and Four-Scored. They're pretty short books, only around 300 pages. You will not regret it. I highly recommend these books. Four-Scored is coming out on 4th April. I'll leave the links for pre-order in the description below. I hope you pick these up and enjoy them as much as I did. If you have already read, please let me know your thoughts in comments. Please like, comment and subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.